Hello you guys, my name is Gabriel, but you can call me the Moon Minister as well. And I want to talk to you guys about the Pluto retrograde that we are currently having. Yes, the planet Pluto of death, destruction, transformation, psychological things, of power, all these type of things is going retrograde. Well, it is retrograde right now, and it'll be retrograde until October. It's retrograde at the 3rd degree, and it'll be in October going direct at Aquarius 1 degree. So anyone who has the degrees 3, 2, 1, or if you have Scorpio, Taurus, Leo, or Aquarius in your birth chart in your rising, or you have a stellium of it, you're definitely going to be impacted by this energy the most. And that is more. I'm an Aquarius rising and I have a Scorpio stellium, so naturally I'm affected by it. My son too, because he has a Scorpio stellium as well. And today at his school, you guys, so my son's having this transit in the 11th house. I'm having it in the 12th house. So while I was at my son's school, his teacher had mentioned to me that some things that, used to happen where he used to be scared of the loud sounds of the restroom, now it's come back. And I'm like, okay, I can understand why, with this whole retrograde, it's kind of, those fears are coming back up for him, especially around events and those type of situations around friends for him. So I just need to continue to keep inspiring him to work through it. So I'm talking to his teacher about just the situation of him being scared and the goals that I have to work through it with him. And me and her, we are talking more, our conversation get deep. We share things about each other's lives that we have in common. And I walk away, even though it was like I stayed a little bit normal than I normally do. And I walked away feeling like that conversation meant to happen. And as I'm walking out, you guys, I notice I get this rush of wind, and I notice over to the corner there's this lady. Her hair looks really nice, and I notice that she is someone who bullied me as a child. And my first thought when I saw her is, why are my enemies prospering? Yeah, no, I'm a Scorpio stellium. We think like that. But having this transit in the 12th house, I had to check myself. I'm like, hold up, wait. I don't even know that girl. That was something that happened over decades or a decade ago. So she could have definitely have repaid that energy back. We are two different people. And I'm like, maybe that's why I really needed that conversation with that lady, so that me and that girl can cross paths, and I can understand that I don't have to hold on to that notion of my enemies prospering, because that's always been a thing to me. Like, my enemies never prosper. I've like always held strong on that. But sometimes some people repay energy. Like, I'm not that same little girl that was her enemy. I'm a grown woman now. I don't even know that. Well, it's not that I don't know. I know that little girl. I just don't know that energy anymore. So I don't know why I would even need to hold on. So naturally, with this Aquarius Pluto energy, I just released it, especially having it in the 12th house, psychological things. I just released that notion and let that energy go and realized, I'm not the little girl that was bullied anymore. I could take my power back. I don't have to feel any type of way just because someone who may have wronged me in the past is doing well. But yes, you guys, I say all that to say that Pluto retrograde is grading right now, and folks are either passing or they're failing. So if you have any Pluto retrograde experiences, I want to know. Comment down below.
All right, now that we've got the story time out of the way, I can get into Pluto and Aquarius's retrograde and its energy on the board or up on the screen. I'll have the dates in which which degrees it'll be in, because Pluto will be retrograding from the 3rd to the 2nd.
Pluto and Aquarius
to the
power
1st degree.
And as well as transformation to areas of like aviation, science. So we could definitely be having discoveries in science with this Pluto Aquarius energy, a heavy focus on it. New discoveries with aliens, and as well as things that shock us, things we can't believe, things of the unbelievable, the underdog rising up as well, especially with this retrograde energy. Retrogrades are about revising, re-going over things,
and especially themes of the past or past lives, or re-going over things that pertain in our contract, our soul's mission. So we could definitely see themes like if someone was meant to like be self-sufficient and live off the land and do that with a community of people. This is definitely Pluto in Aquarius, where you are self-sufficient off the land in your community. You are not relying on the government, but you are relying on others within your community, and you're relying on yourself. You're doing unique, something odd. These type of themes are definitely will be coming up. People will be thinking about that, especially if certain type of medicines were already discovered or already have been out there, now being able to be pushed to the forefront and come up now, especially certain cures that people may have not have thought were possible, or certain cures that people knew existed, they were just being suppressed, being able to rise up now. We can see themes where there is more people standing up and advocating for others, especially themes of like if their ancestors were once a part of that land, or if they've once been to that land before in another life, them having the urge and the passion to advocate for those people and to be seen as one with those type of people and resonate and stand up for others. Some sort of justice or new discoveries surrounding the time frame when there was a lot of plane crashes. A lot of people who have Aquarius, Taurus, Leo, or Scorpio placements in their chart, having the time, the opportunities to take their power back and to stand in their truth and be more enlightened, inspiring to others, and be inspired by others, more opportunities for them to step in the spotlight, to be influential, to be seen as especially if they're the person that's been seen as the underdog, more opportunities to rise, to gain their power, to feel empowered, to fulfill their soul's contract, especially if it was a part of them to be down or under pressure for so long. This may be the time frame, or along these next couple of months will be the time frame where these type of people will start to rise, will start to gain more power, will start to gain more sense in themselves, will have a sense of rebirth in their life. These type of people could also be experiencing a lot of deaths around them, a lot of cutoffs, breakoffs, people exiting their life in violent ways, or people just abandoning them in certain type of ways in order to reach a certain type of alignment or direction that is meant for their desired path. These type of people are also going after their desires, are thinking psychologically deep down what they truly want, and aligning and rethinking everything within their lives so that they can align with their desires. This Pluto Aquarius retrograde is what we call stepping into your villain era, that era where people see you as the bad guy because you are focusing on yourself. You're taking back, everything that people have taken from you, your energy, you are soaking it up back. People could definitely be attracted to you during this time, or others could be attracted to how just powerful you are and wanting to take your energy, wanting to drain you during this time. And you can be like, no, I'm not letting anyone drain me. I'm standing full-fledged in all that is me. I'm calling my power back during this time. And then with each degree, we will feel this on different levels. So with the third degree, we will see people regaining their power and transforming, especially things that relate to their childhood, or their children may be doing this, things that have played out in their mind or subconsciously deep in their mind as well, being played out. With the second degree, we will see themes of transformation, our wealth, our values, our self-esteem. So it'll still come back kind of to that mind. Our comfort zones being pushed, being tested as well. And then with the first degree, ourselves, themes of ourselves, everyone around us as well, testing us, testing each other, themes of the mind as well. All things will be of the mind will be tested in different type of levels with going through each degree. So this whole Pluto retrograde is here to reframe us and really rebirth us all. So now that we've gone over the energy, let's go over each sign and how each sign will be experiencing this. Now, you may have a sign that's experiencing this in a different house, just depending on where you are at in your chart. So you'll be basically listing out which house you're experiencing this in if you know your chart. But if you know your rising sign is in alignment with the house that it's supposed to be in, basically what I'm trying to say here is just know your chart. That way you know exactly which house you are experiencing this in. But you can also listen out for your rising sign as well. If you don't feel that it's accurate, then it may be in a different house. So you may need to look at your chart based off of the current astrological time frame that is going on right now. So let's get into it. Aries, you will be experiencing this Pluto retrograde in the 11th house. So you could be having certain shocking things come up, especially stuff like that happened in the past, or that could be of maybe feeling like deja vu, parallel type of lives as well. Themes that have shocked you or themes that were weird, or maybe this is a time frame where certain fears, or maybe you're feeling empowered around new discoveries with science, with flying as well, with friends, different groups, different communities as well. These type of themes could be coming up where there's maybe fear, or maybe you're feeling empowered in these type of groups. These type of friends could be coming around, friends from the past coming around to empower you, or maybe coming around to try to keep you down. And this is your time frame to push them, or maybe you currently have friends that you have to walk away from during this season. Fears around technology as well. Themes like AI or using AI, maybe you're going back to using it, or maybe you're seeing different like gadgets maybe that you may have seen in the past that could enhance you, that could empower you. Different themes around technology as well. Overall, Aries, this Pluto retrograde is here to ignite you into your power. Taurus, you will be experiencing this Pluto retrograde in your 10th house. So you could be having fears or even feeling empowered around father figures. Maybe a father figure's passing could be scary, or thinking about them passing could be scary, or maybe a father figure after they've passed, even through death unexpectedly, they are still blessing you, they are empowering you in different ways, or they are connecting with you. This could be a time where different themes of your legacy or your reputation come up. So maybe fears of not becoming something or doing something or around your career, or something that you will be known for in the public. Maybe fears around the way the public sees you, or how you are being perceived towards others could be coming up, or a time where you are like, you know what, I don't care what others think. I am going for myself. It doesn't matter how others think in the public. Or maybe you're getting a boost in the public. Something from the past maybe that you have done is coming up, and that is what's got people in the public having all eyes on you and focusing on you. This could also be a time where if you had different ideas around businesses that you wanted to form, different structures in your life, different things that you wanted to build as well. These themes could be coming up where you're like, you know what, let me build it, or maybe you're thinking about it, or something that from the past, or something parallel, maybe something that you've had in a different experience, and you're like, you know what, I want to experience it now in this lifetime with these type of people, or I want to build something with these type of people or this type of person as well. This could also be about status as well, some type of status that you may have held in a different time, or maybe in a different status that you had in the past that you are coming back into. And status can go as far as wealth, or as far as like marriage or not being married. So it can go in those different types of ways, maybe different providers, or someone who has that energy of a provider. It doesn't have to be a father figure. It can also be a woman who is also a provider as well. Themes of that type of person coming up where they are making you feel empowered or in fear. This could be also different discoveries as well coming up around these type of people and these type of themes of rediscovering your power or your authority as well in this time frame. Overall, Taurus, this Pluto retrograde is for you to rediscover your authority in this time. Geminis, you will be experiencing this Pluto retrograde in your 9th house. So you could have different themes come up where you're rediscovering, or you have fears, or you're feeling empowered to go to school or go to college to learn something, to take on a course, expand your knowledge, or to themes or something that you may have learned in the past or experienced in a different parallel type of life could be coming up as well. You could definitely be having experiences with different foreign people, or people who are just like far away from you, whether that be online or when you're walking across the street. Different experiences that bring you different ideas, or that empower you in a way where you are learning something from them, or maybe you are teaching them. Maybe an opportunity comes up where you get to teach somebody something after some time of learning stuff from them. This could also be a time where you are being empowered as the guru, or the person that knows it, or the person that has the knowledge on a specific topic. This could also be a time where you are getting the idea to travel somewhere that you've traveled in the past, or somewhere that has empowered you. This could also be a time where you're speaking to others, especially broadcasting something to others, publishing something as well to others that was something of your idea, or some type of theme where you are speaking on something that you've discovered, something that is possibly could be weird or unexpected as well, that you're putting out, that needs to come out, especially if it's something around your fears or something that you know will empower you. Overall, Geminis, this Pluto retrograde is here to empower you, to expand your philosophy and overall life. Cancers, you are experiencing this Pluto retrograde in the 8th house. So you could be having fears or transformations, especially transformations, fears around transforming, around new themes, especially fears around those tough stages of transforming. Think of it like as like a butterfly, when you're just like in the cocoon and you have your wings already and you're trying to burst out, but you still just have more little edge of growing, and you're in there just moving and wiggling, like that uncomfortable phase. This could definitely be a time where like fears come up around like, when am I going to transform? When is it time? and just feeling just out of place in that. You could also be just empowered and having different themes where you're like enlightened on what you can do in order to continue to feel you just empowered, in control of yourself and your environment, or the things that you can control as well. This is a time where old desires could be coming up, parallel themes could be coming up around desires, around control, around controlling people. Violent people of the past could also be trying to contact you or reconnecting with you during this time. This is a time where you could definitely be taking back your power, and you're cutting off people. You're letting people know who do not align with you, that they can no longer access you. They can no longer feed off you and take your energy. This is a time, definitely a time of taking back your energy. It's a time where you could also be taking energy of others and attracting, especially if you're with like-minded people who are always pouring into themselves and pouring into you, and you're pouring back into them. You could definitely be empowering each other during this time. This is also a time frame where you could be gaining resources for other, or different ideas on how you can gain resources from others. Maybe that's an allowance, a sugar baby, or an allowance that you get from the government, that type of business. Or it could also be like something lucrative as well, type of money, where like you're making stuff online, you give people a service and they give you in return money for that type of, like, maybe like something like you do where like maybe you put up like a video or something like that. You don't necessarily have to like put in so much work in order to receive it. This is definitely big energy on receiving and getting wealth and abundance for, less of putting in, or maybe something that was just destined, or deep connections require for you to have this type of abundance or this type of resource, because you are in need, or because it is just a deep connection that you have with something. The eighth house is about deep connections and deep soul connections. So maybe this is a spouse that you're gaining resource from, some type of alimony, some type of deep connection that you have with others, and maybe you give out messages to others, or some type of occult messages, or something that you do in the occult, and others are paying into that. They're investing into you because they understand, or they're attracted to your message. This is definitely a time where others could definitely be attracted to your energy and trying to feed off of it. So you need to be mindful, especially if you have others that's been in the past that have tried to drain you. This is a time frame to be aware that those type of themes could be coming up during this time, or especially if you have like fears of death, or others passing could be coming up, or maybe someone who has already passed. Maybe you have some type of enlightened or unexpected experience where it empowers you, or you feel connected to someone, or an experience that ignites you in a way where you want to share these type of occult type of things, or ignite you in a way to where you're transforming and you're changing your life. Old sexual partners or sexual experiences could be coming up from the past, or themes where you're rethinking of something, revisiting some type of experience that transformed you. This could be a time where some type of occult type of experience could be retransforming you during this time, or maybe you're thinking of something from the past that had occurred that was like very much not necessarily a curse, but or it could be a curse with the eighth house, or it could have been something that was empowering as well. Thinking of how to re-empower yourself during this time, because this is exactly what this Pluto retrograde is here to do, Cancers. This is a time to empower you and transform and step in your truth. Leos, you're experiencing this Pluto retrograde in the 7th house. So you could be having fears or empowerment themes coming up around relationships, clients, females, around luxury items, around luxurious people in certain industries, people who are in like Venusian type of industries, maybe like in the in the Hollywood type of things. Maybe they are inspiring you or igniting you, or in a way to where you are wanting to feel more feminine. You're wanting to, or if you're a man, you are getting more females. You're attracting more females in your life. You're inspired by some information that you've heard from an influencer or someone who has some power when it comes to that type of world, or has some level of speaking power where they can say certain type of thing and you understand it, you connect with it, you are able to transform from it. This is definitely a time where clients from the past could be coming up, especially if clients have been like annoying or aggy. Those type of people can come up, or clients that have been great or have empowered you could be coming up, or could be empowering you in a different way where they share information about you to another person, to a friend of theirs. This could definitely be a time where relationship themes in relationships, especially if you've had like toxic type of relationship, if you're currently in one, you could definitely be challenged to leave that type of relationship during this time and cut that person off, walk away from that person and regain your power from that person if they've drained it from you, especially if you felt drained from them. This could be a time where if you're having and you're in a good spot with your partner, this could be a time where you and your partner rebuild or gain something, or this could definitely be a time where you connect with someone new in a relationship and you guys are able to rebuild, especially if this person, like, you connect with them and you feel like, oh, I've known you, there was just like spark, there's this chemistry there, and you feel like, oh, I've known you all my life. This would be a time frame where this person comes into your life and they empower you and they put you in positions where you are on top, or you can transform, or you can control more, or have another level of control in your life because of this person. This could also be a time where females are doing that, whether it's female friends, a female child that you have, a female that's just in your life could be empowering you or inspired by a female within your life during this time, and something that they have done, and now you're going back and you're rethinking and you're able to transform in a way where you are doing it one-on-one or with another, with a not necessarily a client, but you could be the person that's seeking like a therapist. This is definitely a good time where you could be seeking therapy or seeking help, seeking some type of enlightenment that will definitely bring a spark to you, that will help you transform, that'll help you see something differently during this time. Overall, Leos, this Pluto retrograde to not only transform your relationships with others, but transform your relationship with yourself. Virgos, you are experiencing this Pluto retrograde in the 6th house. So you could definitely be having experiences around fears, enlightenment, or that empower you at work. Something that happened in the past at work could be definitely empowering you, or certain type of fears that you had at work or with co-workers could be coming up. Fears around pet, maybe a pet passing or new pets coming into your life. Different fears or different ways that these type of pets empower you. This could be a time service empowers you, the service that you give, or another person's service that you've received empowers you, or certain fears around getting a service done comes up. Maybe it's something that you've needed to get done in the past, or something that you've known you need to get done, and now is the time, and you have certain fears that are coming up about getting this thing or getting this service done. But this could definitely be empowering you, especially a service that empowers you during this time. This could also be a time frame where you get a new job that is empowering, or an old job comes up that may have drained you, or maybe you're looking at it with a whole new mindset and you have a different way of how you're going to go back to work, or how you're going to perform a certain type of service. This could also be a time where something unexpectedly transforms your daily schedule, and now you have to transform and redo how you do things on a regular, or the people in your day-to-day life are being transformed, and now you have to redo your schedule because of that. This is a time where certain rituals, especially occult type of rituals, or something you've been doing on a daily, something on a routine is transforming your life. Daily people or people that you are in connecting with day to day could also be transforming your life or changing up your schedule or having you rethinking things, rethinking type of themes that of where you want to go when it comes to goals and what you want to achieve with them. Overall, Virgos, this Pluto retrograde is here to transform you into alignment. Libras, this Pluto retrograde, you're going to be experiencing in your 5th house. So you could have fears or be feeling empowered. Different themes come around fun, your romantic partners, fertility, children. So maybe fears around your children, them expanding new things that they're learning, new things or new ideas that they're coming up with. Maybe you're feeling empowered by their ideas or the things that they are inquiring in their life, or maybe their friends or something that brings up certain types of fears of you. This could also be a time where your friends, you're thinking about which type of friends align with the type of things that you want to do that bring you joy, that bring you fun, and you're rethinking those type of people. If you want to, continue to have those type of friends in your life, continue to have, as well as romantic partner, do they make you feel like, you're loved, you are full of fun? Do they make you feel flirty? Do they make you feel like you are just overall loved and empowered in your relationships? If not, this is a time where you could be walking away from romantic partners. This is definitely a time where you could be finding new romantic partners as well, especially aligning with those who empower you. You could also be finding romantic partners who are just turn-offs, completely negative, and that you're, running into them as tests to see if you can, walk away from that situation and take back your power, or, continue to stay within your power. So this is definitely a time where, your children can test you in these type of ways as well. Like, are you going to be that parent that keeps doing old type of patterns that have been going on in your family? Or are you going to be that type of parent that comes at your child, that does something different? Or maybe your child is the one in the family that is doing something different in the family, something unexpected, and it is transforming your legacy, it's transforming your joy, it's transforming just that child, that person. This could also be a time where projects are doing this. You could be thinking of a project from the past and it comes up and you're ready to do it, or you're just in the process where you're thinking about it. It's an idea that's just in your mindset and you're working up towards doing it. This could also be a time where hobbies are inspiring you, they are aligning you, or you're having new hobbies that align with your goals. You could definitely be getting motivated during this time, be getting coached to do the things that you need to do in order to align with your goals, getting, psychologically, especially like listening to like motivational things to recharge or psychologically pump yourself up to align with your goals on a day-to-day, or certain hobbies that you want to inquire, ideas of certain hobbies that you thought about in the past that you are now acting on now. This could also be a time where certain entertainers are inspiring you, especially like if they're influencers or if they're unique type of people, or they're just saying certain type of things that bring a spark, that make you think, and that inspire you to have more fun, more joy in your life. The 5th house is about fun. It's about risk, entrepreneurship, taking that bet and that gamble upon yourself. This could also be a time where even gambling could transform you, or maybe you're rethinking gambling and fears that you have around gambling as well, things that could have triggered you as well when it comes to gambling and certain risks. Maybe certain family members have taken certain risks when it comes to their family and their children, and you're like, what, I'm rethinking that. I don't know if I want to take those certain type of risk and follow in those certain type of steps, and I'm going to do something different in order to change up my mindset and overall be a better person for my children, or overall be a better person that's able to have more fun and more joy in their life, because that is what this Pluto retrograde is here to bring you Scorpios, you're going to be experiencing this Pluto retrograde in the 4th house. So you could be having reoccurring past lives or parallel type of themes, or themes that happen in your childhood reoccurring around fears, or that empower you and your family and your foundations with the things that make you feel secure. So maybe you have a lot of experiences during these next couple of months where you're around your family, and certain things that may have triggered you when you were a kid are coming up and challenging you to take your power back and stand in your truth as yourself, and say certain ideas that maybe you have refrained from speaking with family members that you are now not afraid to speak on, and just have at it when it comes to your truth. This is a time where any type of secrets could be come up, especially in the family, between mother figures, things that someone may have said behind your back are coming up, or things that someone may have wanted hidden could be just coming to the light right now when it comes to like family members, and ideas that you may have had with family members may be coming to the light as well. So maybe if you planned something with a family member, or you had a certain type of goal that you wanted to achieve with a family member, it could be coming to light during this time, or you could be building up towards it, or maybe something that you and a family member planned in the past, you're finally putting the action towards it now. This is a time where mother figures can be triggering during this time. Certain things around their death or other resources that they have to spare could be triggering you. Maybe you don't want to depend on them family members, or maybe you're at a time where you're like, you know what? The fact that I can depend on them empowers me during this time. And there could be times, this could also be a time where like family members are fighting and they're feuding. Maybe you are not the family that's feuding. Maybe other family members that you know of are feuding, or you could be feuding in your home and your family. This could also be a time where you have to leave your home, or you're moving, or you're thinking about or having ideas, or certain situations come up where you're like, you know what, I need to move from this place, and it happens unexpectedly, but you're like, ugh, I can't take it. This is just a buildup of me being able to move. This could also empower you. There could be fears around your home. There's security within your home, how much money that you have to put in your home, if you could buy another home. These type of things could be coming up and triggering you to empower yourself and your security in your home, your foundation, so that no matter which forefront comes at you, you are secure. Scorpios. Sagittarius, you're experiencing this Pluto retrograde in your 3rd house. So you could be having themes that happened in the past, or that are reoccurring, that make you rethink, that could be like fears or empowerment around news that you've heard. Unexpected news could really shock you during these next couple of months and really have you thinking. You could definitely be coming up with different ideas that really have you going deep in the mind. You could definitely be having a time where you have to talk to someone, needed to talk about the things that are on your mind, where you are seeking out someone to talk to, whether that be a friend, a relative, or someone who is a therapist, someone who can dig deep into the mind and help you unpack the things that you are going through, or the fears that you may have in your mind be resurfacing, coming up, so that you can face them and overcome them. This could be a time where themes around social media are coming up. So maybe themes where you may have felt attacked or negative on social media are reoccurring, and you're being challenged to overcome them. Or this could be a time where maybe you had some type of popularity, some type of power online, and now that is coming up and it's resurfacing for you to transform it in a different type of way, transform a following that you may have, that you may attract. This would definitely be a time where you could attract a major following from your social medias during this time, from the things that you say can definitely explode or transform you during this time, especially unexpectedly, especially if it's things that people aren't hearing and need to hear, things that inspire people. Something that you done that's inspiring could definitely be getting around to others hearing news about it for the next couple of months, and that has others talking. This could be a time where you could hear about relatives and things that have transformed in their lives. Relatives could also be passing during this time. Relatives could be empowering you as well, or fears around relatives and what they are doing could also be scaring you or bringing up fears during this time, especially if they're hanging around wrong types of groups, wrong type of friends or type of people. These type of things could be coming up for you to think about during this time. And relatives could also look like nieces, nephews, uncles, aunts, siblings, especially siblings. It can look like cousins and neighbors as well, whether you're close or not. People who are in your neighborhood could also be transforming. News around them that is shocking, unexpected, that even death, unfortunately, that could come around. Certain type of things, if these people have already passed, especially if they've already passed, thinking about them and being blessed by something by them, or enlightened by something by them unexpectedly, by their spirit or by them in the flesh. This could also be a time where you are just overall taking new courses that transform you, or different type of rides. Maybe you got into an accident in the past and you're rethinking that, and this is a time where you can take back that notion in your mind that, you know what, I may not have control over other drivers, but I have control over myself and me driving. And that's all I need to do in order to get back in the groove of driving. Or maybe you're getting back in the groove of social media after a certain type of fear, or being empowered by these type of things. Maybe driving, some type of driving job or driving gig that you are doing is empowering you during this time. Overall, Sagittarius, this Pluto retrograde is here to transform the way that you think. Capricorns, you're experiencing this Pluto retrograde in your second house. So you could be having themes come up where you are feeling empowered, especially things from the past, or where you have to rethink or revise something, themes that make you feel empowered or that bring up fear around money, around your finances, around the things you value, your self-worth, your self-esteem, how you value others, their placement in your life. Maybe if you're always the person to pay, you are feeling empowered by it, or you are feeling drained by it. This could be a time where if maybe you are lacking in finances and you are tired of others always having to pay and invest, and you're ready to emerge. And this is the time where you come up with ideas, or you get gigs in order to benefit your finances and empower you when it comes to your value and how you value yourself and what you bring your worth into any relationship that you step in. This is a time where you could be feeling comfort, or you could be thinking of themes of comfort, especially sporadically thinking about what makes you feel comfort. Especially new things may come into your life, and you may readjust the way you think of comfort. And you may think, you know what, this was fine, but now I've experienced this and now I want more. And this is that time period where you're shifting into that wanting more, where you're starting to rethink about the things that you want to buy and how you want your finances, your money life to look. Maybe if things of the past of you always thought, okay, this is how we've always made money in my family, or this is how I've always made money from a job. Now you're rethinking, like, hold up, I can make money from entrepreneurship as well, or vice versa. If you've always been someone who's just, money has not been consistent in your life, and you're like, you know what, I'm going to get this job. I know it's stable, or I know it's in alignment, or the career is something that I want to do and how I want to invest my life or my time in. This could also be about thinking about, you know what do I want to invest time in? What do I want to invest my life into that'll actually benefit me and empower me during this time? Overall, Capricorns, this time period is about transforming your values and transforming your wealth. Aquariuses, you will be experiencing this Pluto retrograde in the first house. So this could be a time period where you are feeling empowered, or certain fears come up, certain stuff from the past that you are rethinking about. that come up with yourself, fears that could have happened in your childhood or in parallel experiences, other people experiences that you are attracting, maybe because you've stood up for others, now you are feeling some type of way, or your advocacy has put you in a pressured or a tight spot, or your advocacy has put you in a place where you feel empowered by others, by your community, by your groups, by your friends. This could be a time period where friends are igniting you, where they are having you feel inspired. Different communities could do this as well. Different influences from different anywhere, online or just out in the store or out about. You could be feeling inspired. You could be definitely feeling like you want to soar. You're flying. You could be flying also as well during this time, taking trips that you took in the past, or trips that you've been talking about with others and with groups and with friends, and now you're actually going and you're doing things that make you feel very much just a part of something bigger than yourself. This could be a time frame where you're thinking about creating something in the world that is bigger than you, something that is long standing, something that is powerful, that could make you powerful. This could be a time where you are taking back control over your life and being able to stand in your truth. You are sparking enlightenment in others. You could be also getting enlightened during this moment, whether that be on something that's going on in your life that you've been in the dark about, or whether it be spiritually. Something is going to come to the light, going to come to the truth, that you're going to be just revealed in during this time, and you're going to be able to have time to think about what this is before you make your next move while Pluto is retrograding. This could also be a time where you are re-going over your style, yourself, your individuality, how you can stand out and be unique as a person. Maybe something has come up in your life where you're being called to be unique, or maybe you're stepping more into yourself and you are becoming more spontaneous, or someone who people just can't predict. As far as just yourself and what you're putting out, any projects as well. People are seeing you in a whole different type of light as well. They can be seeing you as a person who is more empowered in your life now that you move and you groove with that. This could also be a time where, if there has been any fears in your life, you'll have like experiences that'll come up that'll challenge you to face your fears and to overcome something. This may be a time period where you're being called or to overcome something, or towards the end of it, you've overcame something that's been plaguing you, or something that you have achieved, or maybe it's a goal that you have achieved that you've been working up towards, and this goal is going to empower you, and you do so within this time frame. Overall, Aquariuses, this Pluto retrograde is here to empower and transform you. Pisces, you will be experiencing this Pluto retrograde in the 12th house. So you could definitely have fears that are resurfacing, that are coming up, that you're rethinking about when it comes to, or things that empower you when it comes to your subconscious mind, and things that are just like deep down, things from like generational that come in along in your family after person, or things that are within you that are karmic, things that you have dealt with in parallel past lives, or on different lands. This could be a time where you're being called to stand up for what you believe in subconsciously, the things that you are believing in deep down, maybe dreams that you are having that are coming up from the past. You are rethinking about them. They're coming up for you to resurface, to dissect and understand it on a deeper level, to be able to understand your subconscious mind on a deeper level. This could be a time where you're getting hypnosis done, and you find a great hypnotherapist who is able to help you transform, help you understand something, rediscover something within your life that helps you feel empowered and take charge of your life, have more control over your day-to-day. Maybe things that may have been plaguing you in your subconscious mind have been taking control over, your day-to-day life. Maybe a fear of driving has been taking control over how you are able to get around, or your fear of how you look has been stopping you from getting online or showing yourself out to more, or maybe a fear of how you're being seen has stopped you, and now you're like, you know what, I do not care about that. This is my time frame where I'm working on myself, I'm rebuilding myself, and I don't care what others say. I am the empowered person, and people are noticing that and can be noticing that during this time where they're like, wow, you are really empowered during this. This could also be a time where if you have been like hiding something from others, it could be revealed, and others are seeing things that you could have been hiding. If people have been hiding things from you, they are now revealed. Your feelings are coming out and others know it now, and it may make others uncomfortable. You may be hearing about others' feelings and this is making you uncomfortable, and this is a time frame where you can work this out with one another and rebuild relationships, rebuild yourself. This is definitely a time where others and relationships and how you guys work together is going to be transformed. Your relationships with others and how they see you could definitely be reframed, retransformed. Maybe if a person saw you in a negative light, it is becoming transformed and they're seeing you do better, or vice versa. If a person has always seen you as someone great in their life, this would be a time frame where something bad happens and now they're changing up how they see about you, or you're changing up how you see about another person during this time. Maybe you're, seeing them for who they truly are, and that's being revealed to you during this time. This could also be a time frame where things about yourself that have been like deep down that you don't talk about are coming up and revealed. You're thinking about it now, and it's giving you opportunities to heal through it and move through these type of things. This would be definitely a time of healing, of working on how to have a better mental state, working on depression if that is the case, working on how to move through these things. If you have something mental going on, maybe like something that's like ADHD or another thing that's or autism, if it's something that you are suffering from. Not all the time do people are suffering from ADHD or autism, but if it is something, you could be working through that and moving and being a better person through whatever mental thing that you may or may not have going on. This will be a time where you are revealing and understanding, you know what, I may have something mentally going on with me and I need to get checked out, or you're getting news of something that is mentally going on with you, and now you are getting the information and other things and the resources that you need. This could definitely be a time where others are giving you resources that you need to help your mental state and help you be better. This will be a time where you're being seen differently, especially behind a screen, or different illusions. Certain illusions to becoming unmasked for you to see things for what they truly are, gaining clarity during this time. This could also be a time frame where you could be worried about certain blessings that are coming, if they're coming, and relying on something and taking control and allowing the process to just play out and miracles to unfold. This could also be a time where blessings could transform you, and now you're in a whole new light thanks to a new blessing that's been in your life, and you are going through the new motions of life now that it's been transformed, or rethinking life, especially subconsciously, and moving through things differently now that you've gone through a whole new different transformation, and now you don't think the same way you do as before, since life has transformed, since this blessing has been bestowed upon you. Things are completely different, and now you subconsciously have to put yourself in a new mindset so that you can be better prepared for what's to come, or to something that you've already been pre-planning, been subconsciously working on finally unfolds during this time, or you get more time to think about it, to manifest on it, to transform it for when Pluto goes forward here in October. This could also be a time where dreams that have inspired you, especially that you had at night, or certain messages could be coming up. You could definitely be having certain spiritual experiences. If you've had any type of near-death experiences, you should watch out for that in the past. Or near-death experiences could be triggering certain type of themes that have happened to the past, or parallel or experiences where you need to see any patterns that could be plaguing you or karmic things so that you can release it. This is definitely a time for releasing and ending and letting go of things that may be plaguing you so that you can begin a whole new cycle, Pisces. Thank you all for watching. I wanted to, as you guys know, this isn't normally how I do videos, if you may or may not know, but I wanted to let you guys know that I am going to be going on vacation here from the 12th to the 19th. So with everything that's going on in my life, I have Mars in the 6th house. I've been keeping you guys updated, but with having Mars in the 6th house of busyness and children, and as an Aquarius rising at the 29th degree, the last degree, so I'm experiencing this full moon in the 9th house. So I'm definitely going to be exploring and traveling with my children, very busy during this time frame. So this was the best way that I can get videos out. I'm going to be having another video come out this week going over the Scorpio full moon and that energy. So that's going to be coming out. I'm still offering readings. They will be as I can go. So it's accepted per time. And yes, that's the announcements I'm going to make. So for right now, this is how I'm doing it. Until then, you guys, thank you guys for watching. Bye.